Dry tree. No wonder you have no child.
For 7 years, Adanna woke each morning to the same silence. No cry of a child. No tiny feet running across the red earth of her compound. Only the sound of pestles pounding in neighboring homes and women calling their children to bathe before school. In a land where a woman's pride was tied to her womb, Adanna had none. She was married young to Chakudi, a gentleman with steady eyes and a heart that leaned toward peace. He was the only son of his parents, the last bearer of a family name that stretched back generations. When his father died, elders whispered that the lineage now rested on Adanna's womb. Year 1 passed. Then year 2. Then 7. Each year came with new herbs, new prayers, new healers. Adanna drank bitter roots and slept on sacred mats. She endured the smoke of sacrifices and the cold stares of women who believed a childless wife was unfinished. Yet Chakudi never blamed her. "Children come from God," he would say, holding her hand. "We will wait." But Adanna could not wait. She watched her husband's mother age with worry in her eyes. She saw the fear in old men's faces when they spoke of a lineage ending. At night, Adanna lay awake, her heart heavy with a love that felt helpless. She loved her husband too much to let him be the last leaf on a dying branch. And so she made a decision that broke her own heart. One evening, she knelt before her husband and said words that tasted like ash. "Take another wife." Chakudi protested. He begged her to withdraw the words. But Adanna insisted, not for herself, but for him, for his ancestors, for the future. Eventually, worn down by love and duty, he agreed. The new wife, Oluchi, came from a neighboring town. She was young, soft-spoken, and respectful. From the first day, she bowed to Adanna and called her Umwada, senior wife. She asked for guidance and followed Adanna's ways in the home. For a while, peace lived with them. They cooked side by side. They laughed at small things. Adanna taught Oluchi how Chakudi liked his soup thick and his clothes folded. In her heart, Adanna prayed that if a child must come through another woman, at least let that woman be kind. Then the pregnancy came. It was announced with smiles and drums. The elders nodded in approval. When Oluchi's belly began to swell, the compound changed. Visitors came bearing gifts. Adanna smiled, even when the smile burned. When the child was born, a strong male child, the joy was complete. Oluchi had given the family what Adanna could not. And pride entered her heart like a slow poison. The respect faded. The greetings became cold. Oluchi began to walk as though the ground belonged only to her. She mocked Adanna openly, calling her a dry tree and a woman whose time had passed. "This house now has an owner," she said one morning. "You should leave before my son grows old enough to ask why you are still here." Adanna endured it in silence. What no one knew was that life had finally found her.